Hello and welcome to the Research Insights. This is the Research Fellowship Program brought to you by the Norwegian Students and Academics International Assistance Fund, as well as the Swedish Embassy in Zimbabwe. This is where 25 selected students were indeed mentored in the issues of research skills. I'm joined by one of them who I will ask to introduce themselves, their name, their institution, as well as their program.
Thank you very much for having me, Nicole. My name is Thabo Dube, and I'm a Great Zimbabwe University alumni who studied a Bachelor of Science degree in Peace, Conflict and Governance.
Peace, Conflict and Governance. All right, so what was your topic of research?
My topic was female alcohol and substance abuse in a high school setup in Mabvuku, Zimbabwe.
I'm sorry, did you say female?
Female.
Why?
That's the whole point of my research. We have focused on males, not necessarily because we live in a patriarchal society, but because for some reason we think it's only males who are engaging in drug and substance abuse.
Okay.
So my focus was then, let's focus on females. Are they also engaging in drug and substance abuse? And if they are, how are they doing it?
Did you find any obvious challenges with you being of the male gender and you going into trying to do female interviews and the like?
I think that would be one of the worst challenges that I faced. You are a male, you are trying to engage in the females, you are also not a participant. You know, I'm no longer in high school, so I'm trying to engage with high school students. So that they kind of took a lean back, asking questions. So you're not so sure if they're really opening up in terms of their real incidences and experiences, or they're just faking it. Okay,
so how did your senior academics help you through this?
They took me about the issue of most of my methodology was non-participant observation.
Okay.
So in that kind of scenario, I'm sitting down with them in their particular reality setting, and they're doing whatever they're doing, whether it's smoking weed or drinking alcohol.
And you're just there.
And I'm just there. So, you know, that's one of the hiccups of non-participant observation, in that you're not a participant. So you don't know whether they are being true to themselves or they're just exaggerating for the purpose of the research. So through the mentorship program and through my mentors, Professor Matunu, I was able to get best insights of how best do you engage with the participants, even though you're not participating yourself in that particular activity that they are. So opening up, be with them, and I think my age as well, that I'm closer to them, make them a bit more open than to talk about if it was Professor Matumi himself, I don't think it would have been the same situation. But because I'm a bit younger and within that age range, it's also made it a bit easier.
So are you happy with your research paper?
I am. Exploring that gap, I think I was really happy, especially when the Dominican convent situation came up, because that was like before my research.
Okay.
So I'm saying I'm actually a part of that academic group of people that, you know, saw this coming in a way, if I may say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because of the information, you can see things coming now. I see you seeing into the future. So what are your recommendations for the future?
For the future, drug and substance abuse is quite a huge phenomenon. It's not only in Zimbabwe, it's not only in Africa, it's the entire world at large. How do we tackle this? How do we protect the girl child? From some of my findings are that girls are actually accessing drugs from their male peers. It may be blessers, it may be boyfriends, it may be brothers. So we have to approach this in a very gender-sensitive way. In that, let's not only tackle drug and substance abuse through targeting males, but let's also target females, because we can no longer separate the two binary groups. They're doing this together. So let's prioritize testing. The way we are saying people should engage in HIV testing before getting into bed, you know, practice it as a lifestyle. Let's also do drug testing as a lifestyle. Let's encompass this to know that whenever you're engaging with your child, with your niece, with whoever you're engaging with, they should know their status, if I may say. Let's call it a status.
A drug status.
A drug status.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good way. That's
drug status.
Drug status, yeah. Let's move towards that. Let's also learn to identify our children's behavior, that if they're now deterring from the normal. One of my participants ended up saying that she was selling most of her clothes just to be able to buy, you know, she's spending her pocket money on alcohol and going to parties. So as parents, as guardians, let's also be wary of the behavior that our children and whoever we're taking care of is displaying, that's also a sign or a symptom that something else is going there. There's a bigger picture. So it's always important that, counseling, let's normalize this. Sometimes we said it was an African, it's a European thing, counseling, but
certainly it's an African problem as well.
So yeah, let's be open. Let's have an open mind with regards to how do we rehabilitate, how do we engage with our children with regards to drug and substance abuse.
Okay. That was Thabo, who is talking about your drug status. If you don't know your drug status, please go and find out, as well as the parents. I believe you're encouraging them to also look at the nitty-gritty of things. How is your child behaving and where are they going? This was the Research Insights. I am your host, .co.nicole. Until next time.